Gambling's about big money and good luck, and it's one of the favourite targets for hustling. We set up a casino night and invited a bunch of real people to come along and play. Alex and Paul are here to put their casino hustling skills to the test, and we've got our cameras in position to try to catch them doing it. Welcome to Roulette Scams. Paul and Alex are busy placing bets all over the layout, just like the other players. But unlike the other gamblers, the spin of the wheel seems to be on their side, as they win again, and again, and again. So what's their secret?
When I was a kid, I asked a gambler, how can you cheat at the game of roulette? And he put it like this: what if you could make a bet after the ball had landed in the wheel? This is the art of past posting. In other words, once you know what the number is, you try and take advantage of that information and get something onto the layout without the dealer noticing.
So here's past posting in operation. There are no bets on the red diamond. But a moment later, an extra chip appears on the winning colour. But how is it done?
Now, a roulette table can get quite busy, and usually you'll have one croupier there, and they can be very easily distracted by people chatting to them, or they're cashing up for other people. What I do is I keep a chip hidden underneath my arm here, and I'm also at the same time holding a couple of chips here. I'm looking at the wheel, and I'm looking to see what colour comes down. And depending on what colour, so let's say we've got a red colour coming down, I will actually come in to make a bet. As I come in, of course, the dealer will tell me off and say, well, you're too early or you're too late. Giving my apologies, looking straight at the dealer, I lift my arm up and say, I'm so sorry. But in the action of going forward to placing a bet, I've managed to sneak one of my chips right into the right colour. So that chip is going to get paid off.
Even close up, one moment nothing, the next a winning bet for the hustler to collect on.
Another popular method of placing your chips on a number after it's landed is, let's say I had my 3 chips here on number 14, and I was slightly unlucky because the number 13 came in. So I'm only one off. Well, just by being a little bit sneaky, I can introduce some cash, ask the dealer to make some change for me, and as I lean forward to give her the money to be very helpful, I just nudge my chips just slightly back on the halfway line. Now, having my chips onto that line means that I get 17-1 on my money. That could be a lot of money depending on the value of those chips. And I know that move seems a little bit obvious, but at a busy roulette table, you only need to get away with it once. And at 17-1, that's worth the risk.
A more advanced move, a past posting move, would go like this. I'm going to make a move on the table. And while I make that move, I'm going to try and get some more chips down on the layout. Now naturally, if I'm working with a dealer who's pretty savvy, they're not going to fall for anything. So it has to be a little bit cleverer. I happen to have 4 of Alex's chips. These have been passed to me by a third party. What we're going to do here is I'm going to make a bet, but the bet's going to be a late bet or an early bet. Either way, the dealer's going to call it off. As I reach over like this, all attention is on here. But I'm secretly laying these chips underneath my arm. So the bet looks like this. I come back. The dealer's going to tell me to take those chips back. I'm going to apologize, but Alex is going to make a very healthy profit on that line.
No more bets, no thank you.
In the casino, we can see this sting play out. Under the cover of placing a late bet, Paul drops Alex's chips onto the winning line. Here it is again. One moment the square's empty, then when Paul sits back down, it's loaded with chips. It's subtle but very effective, and Alex collects on a bet he didn't even place.
Thank you. Yeah. How's it feeling?
We can actually take this idea one step further. If we put a bet down here for Alex, and he's going to make a lot of money, if I can get it on a number that hits, we're going to make an awful lot of money. How do we do that? Let's imagine there are some bets down on number 32. We don't happen to have a bet on that number. But I'm ready with 2 of Alex's £100 chips underneath my stack. If I see that number comes up, just before the dealer can look over, I come over like this and lay these down and say, can I put a bet down now? It's a joke, but the dealer's going to make me take the chips away. Usually they don't have much of a sense of humour. But I only take my chips away, leaving these over here. Alex has got £200 on a 35-to-1 number, and he hasn't gone anywhere near it. And this is probably one of the most brilliant pass posting scams that has ever been invented.
By working as a team and using the pass posting technique, our boys beat the house and walk away with a stash of cash, leaving the casino out of pocket and the other players wondering how they did it.
The chap in the right corner, I would say, yeah, he was all over the table.
So I was trying to watch him to see what his luck was.
He put the bets up over the table and it paid off, actually.
He looked like he was playing the game like everybody else.
I would like to pay attention to what he's doing next time.
You might find yourself in a casino sometime soon, and you might have enjoyed watching these ideas, but however tempted you are, there's absolutely no doubt whatsoever that you will go to jail if you get caught doing these. If they're suspicious at all they're going to do is run to security, they'll rewind the tape, and it's all there for everybody to see.